Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be starting a new series called Weird Weapons of History, where we go over some of the most interesting, odd, and overall insane weapons in all of history. To start off the series, we're going to be talking about Archimedes' weapon known as the Iron Claw. The Iron Claw was an anti-ship crane device that was used to defend the walls of Syracuse against the Roman Republic during the siege of Syracuse. Basically, what this weapon was, it was a massive wooden crane which would be mounted onto the walls of Syracuse. There was hundreds of these things placed all across the walls. And basically, the ships of the Romans, the galleys, would go onto the walls and attempt to almost ram them or get ladders onto the ships so Romans could climb onto them. And before they could do that, if they got too close to the walls, a hook would be deployed to grab the bottom of the ship, then proceed to either lift the ship in the air and drop them, causing them to suddenly fill with water and sink to the ground, or it would either capsize the ship, causing everyone to drown and instantly killing everybody. And despite this kind of cheap construction cost, only causing a little bit of rope, iron, and wood, and also its very, very simplistic kind of crane design, it was an incredibly effective weapon that destroyed many Roman ships, and this is according to Roman historian Livy and Greek historian Polybus, which both claim that the weapon was an incredibly effective device that killed thousands of Romans. To confirm the authenticity and effectiveness of the claims from Polybus and Livy, BBC and the Discovery Channel held a week-long on-air experiment to see whether a device could have been real by constructing a model of a Roman galley and also the Iron Claw, and turns out it in fact was, confirming the genius of Archimedes and also the claims of Livy and Polybius. The next weapon on this list is the Heat Ray of Archimedes. The Heat Ray of Archimedes is a giant set of mirrors all angled onto the walls of Syracuse to reflect the sun's rays and amplify them to shoot them onto Roman ships and set them on fire. Now, even if this was the purpose of the Heat Ray of Archimedes, the weapon still unfortunately was completely useless, as getting all those giant bronze mirrors just to temporarily hinder the view of one ship is incredibly ineffective, way too expensive, and also would take so much time to navigate that it would just not even be worth it, and it'd probably get destroyed by a Roman catapult before it could even blind a single person. And the last part, which is the worst, is the fact that it was incredibly slow, expensive, and also only worked under perfect weather conditions. If there was clouds, if there was rain, it would not work. It could only work if the sky was completely clear and the sun was shining right down it. Otherwise, it would be, unfortunately, completely useless. While sounding like a really good idea on paper, unfortunately the Heat Ray of Archimedes is possibly one of the most useless weapons we're going to encounter in this series. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of this Weird Weapons of History series, tell me down in the comments below. This has been Pillars of History, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.